Hello, Kix is here, and welcome everyone to this super cozy and chatty podcast type of video. Grab yourself a cup of tea or coffee or water. Cheers, everyone. Like this video, as usual, it helps to support my channel and reach more people. And I have 8 hours of footage right now where I don't talk at all. I know, it's really ridiculous. And I thought I could share behind the scenes in the voiceover format. So, for the past week, I have been working on the picture book cover for my upcoming picture book. And this was quite stressful part of this project because everyone is like saying, like the book cover is the first impression of a book. So getting into it, it was a little bit nerve-wracking because I knew this is going to be it. Because I'm not the best with creating book covers, at least that's how I thought. But it's all about the self-confidence in this process and trusting yourself and being okay with failing and being okay with improving. And one of the things I did was to actually read books about calligraphy and lettering. One of my friends, she sent me books about lettering and calligraphy, which was really useful in this point. And especially the book, which is called The Golden Secrets of Lettering by Martina Flor. This was a really, really important book. So I learned, I think the most important thing was about hierarchy and structure. And I want to read a little bit from this book. It says, we can create different levels of hierarchy in a number of ways. The most common and easiest one is large words come to the front, while smaller ones recede to the back. And to be honest, I thought like the book cover which I'm working on, it's called Birds in Color. And I felt everything is equally important, birds in color, because both birds and color play significant role in this book. And then I realized there is in, which is the connecting part in between birds and color. And I realized I could use the in word and make it tiny bit smaller, which was really interesting. And it also, this book talked a little bit about if there are two really strong subjects in the book, you can differentiate them by color or different kind of lettering. And this is just what I did. I decided to have birds as like a flowy calligraphy lettering style of structure, whereas the color was more serif type of font. And I also chose different colors, and it was really fun to learn a little bit more. And not just like experiment from head, but also like get new information and experiment and be okay with learning new things. And I spent quite a big chunk of just playing in my sketchbook with how I want the letters to be, because I realized for this cover, I really want to have lettering already embedded into illustration, so it works really well together. And at first I thought I will have lettering separately and colors separately, but then I realized I want to combine it all together. Therefore, I know exactly where is the space for text, how it will intertwine with the illustration. And I spent like 2 days, I think, sketching on the cover the placement of the letters and also the placement of so there's like some bleed marks you need to like leave the space for it. So it was really fun, but it was kind of time-consuming process. I used mechanical pencils because I feel they're more precise, and I also used Fabriano Artistico cold press paper because I felt like with the watercolors, cold press paper is the way to go if you want to share granulating colors. My way of adding the illustration onto the paper, I usually use tape and I usually use washi tape, but I realized that there's so many different tapes we can use, and in the past I have used a lot of non-branded ones, and then I also have used MT washi tape, which is Japanese design, and I have noticed the difference in the quality because some washi tapes, they just don't stick to the surface as well as I want them to stick. So I needed to do several times. I took the washi tape out and I put different one because it didn't work. And especially if you add a lot of color and it just like the washi tape just peels off, it means the washi tape is not strong enough. And in this case, I used paper tape, which is the best. But one of the cons from sticking the paper tape on top of the watercolor paper is that when you peel it off, it can damage the paper slightly. So after I was happy about how the cover art looks like, it was time to paint. And I decided to pick 2 of my previous artworks to get inspired with the color palettes, because there are 2 artworks which I did in the early beginning of this book. And the first one was Barn Swallow, which I did video of on YouTube. And the second one was the Blackbird illustration, which I did for Patreons. And I love how both of these artworks look like. And I also love the color palette. And something I really love to do, either in the beginning of creating an artwork or in the middle, I like to sometimes do little swatch cards and add all the colors I want to use for this artwork or all the colors which I'm using in this artwork, so I know like what is kind of my limited palette. And I decided to use a small sheet of paper and kind of swatch out the colors early in this process. The sky color, I wanted to have Lapis Ashes by Wallis and Seymour, and I really love the Lapis Ashes for the sky color. It's really subtle and there are small sprinkles and dots, which is just really, really exciting. And I wanted to also have some grays and some warm browns and rust tones. So this is all what I wanted to do in this artwork.
Through the arbor, in the garden room, wings are beating, baby, me and you alone. Pencil drawing phases of the moon, slowly we take on phosphorescence, vivid in the bond, phosphorescence. Midnight halos twist tied together, turning over, so close together. Midnight halos twist tied together, turning over, so close together. Slowly we take on phosphorescence, vivid in the bond.
And early in the process, I realized that something is like a little bit off. I couldn't like pinpoint in the beginning what exactly I don't like. And I guess in one part, I didn't want to find something that I don't like because I already spent like so much time creating this illustration. And I knew that it's going so far so good. And when I added the background color for the artwork, I realized that it's like the paper just really is really textured, and there is nothing wrong with the textured paper, but I felt because I'm adding lettering into this mix, I felt maybe it would be hard to read it a little bit. So I actually decided to put it aside. And I also asked my husband's opinion, and he said like, yeah, it's actually the paper kind of fights with the cover a little bit. And I was like, yeah, actually you're right. And I was looking through my bookcase and I was looking through different picture book illustrators and their cover art. And I noticed that if they use like traditional media, a lot of them use like really subtle papers. And I thought maybe this is why they use it like subtle rather than textured. So the attention is not on the paper, the attention is to the art itself. And I had to make a decision because I think at that point, to be honest, all the days are blending together, but I spent quite a big chunk of the time already on this artwork. And I had like first layer with the colors, almost covered all the spaces in the cover with paint. That's how I paint. I cover it all and then I add and build layers. And I think with watercolors, it's great when you add everything, so nothing is white, and then you can see how two different colors interact with each other, and what you want to be highlighted, what you want to be at the back in the artwork. And yeah, so I was like, I need to make a decision now. Do I continue with painting this illustration with using this cold press paper, or do I start over and use hot press paper instead? So this was something I needed to decide on, and I decided to leave it on the side for a little bit. I guess kind of to take a break from this artwork and to come back with fresh eyes. And when I came back, I was like, yeah, I think I'm ready. I need to transfer it back and start over. And because there was only one layer, I decided to just put on top like hot press paper, and I used the light bulb. And I didn't film it, but I crawled under the table I turn the light on and I transfer it kind of old-fashioned style. I don't have light box, so I was transferring using the light in the background. I think it was the best choice I did for the cover art. I captured all the details because it wasn't like really dark already. It was quite just first layer done. It was easier to transfer. So that's what I did. And I also decided to learn from my mistakes and see if I could change some things while I paint the second time. And one of the things I wanted to change was the background of the sky color. I still used the lapis ashes color, but I used more water because I really wanted the letters to stand out. And I felt if the background would be lighter, the darker letters would be more contrasting. Another thing which I did, I tried to see like how I can like make more subtle layers so I can build more on top. And I also changed the colors for the character a little bit. And I tried to be more expressive with Blackbird. I realized that I really wanted the Blackbird's eye to be bigger. So that's how I sketched it in the second time. I also realized the teapot was way too close with the tree color. So I made it more green leaning color. I made like some choices with the color so it would kind of like I would not only learn with the paper I'm using, but also how I use the colors. And I had so much fun. I did some mistakes throughout the way, but the good thing about higher quality papers is that you can always wash the color out a little bit with the brush and water and some napkins. I think one of the most stressful parts in the second time painting the cover was to use the paint on the letters because there was like no way going back. And at first I thought I'm gonna just paint the illustration without any lettering and I'm gonna use the computer program to do lettering there. But then I thought, no, I think I'm happy with the placement of the letters. I think I can go and paint them straight into the artwork. And that was a little bit nerve-wracking. I think I felt like all the pressure out there, but I was really happy. I was really happy about it as well, that I made this decision because I could use the watercolor and the letters would look more cohesive together with the artwork itself. I think the most fun I had was to add these tiny little details like book cover and smoke coming from the teapot and the little watercolor palette. I really wanted for this artwork to represent what is inside the book, and I really wanted to have nature in there, so that's why there are trees, and Blackbird is one of my favorite birds, so I knew Blackbird will be in the cover. And I also really like, because blackbirds are black or dark brown if they're female blackbirds, I knew that the bird would pop out because it's one of its darkest color in the scene, so it would stand out for itself.
Try to quit you, I go through withdrawals. Tell me that when I die, I'll be the ghost of yours.
I have mentioned in the past, but in case if you're listening to this for the first time, hello. I am book illustrator from Latvia living in the UK, and I am working on this book cover because I am doing my first self-published picture book, which will be as a Kickstarter campaign in August. And I am really excited but nervous at the same time. And because it's like mid-July, I don't have exact date yet. I'm gonna mention it next time I'm speaking to you in the next video, but I have to move the dates a little bit. At some moment I said I will have Kickstarter from 1st August till the 31st of August. I'm just gonna move it slightly for like a week or 2 weeks, a little bit more into the August, because I am currently writing the book and I'm not that confident in that area. So I just have to give myself a little bit more time to be okay with writing and doing more sneak peeks and things for the book. And of course, doing more self-promo, which is something I just need to get over with. And I want everyone to know that this book is going out. So yeah, I'm excited for Kickstarter, but it will be in the mid-August probably. And I hope you are fine. I know you are. So yeah, I just thought I will update a little bit. And this book is going to be with 72 pages, including cover and end papers. And if 60 people will believe in this project, it will be funded. And I'm also setting like some extra goals, and there might be gold foiling for the book if more people are interested in it, and some other sneak peeks and perks. And I will have option to get signed book with little doodle or illustration, and there will be option to get your name in the book for like higher price as a supporter. So yeah, there are a lot of exciting things coming up, and I'm just really excited for it.
I know you showed me your affection, but I was looking for perfection. So I moved on and on and on to someone new, as if no one knew what I was going through. I know you think I'm just pretending, and that I can't rewrite the ending, but to move on and on and on to someone new isn't how you find the one that I am through with playing games. You are not just a flavor of the day. This time you are more than a flavor of the day. Sure that if I just kept moving on and on and on to someone new, I would have never understood that I had you who gave it all. You're not just a flavor of the day.
And I think like what I want to share in this book cover process was that I needed to face my fears. And I also I think I lacked self-confidence in creating book covers because there's like this huge pressure that book cover should be the most important thing, something everyone sees at first impressions. And I also have done some of them, and I didn't like how I did my book covers in the past. Maybe there's some exceptions, but mostly. So I wasn't like going into the project with a lot of confidence because I already knew how I felt about it. But I think because I was doing more lettering and calligraphy this year, it kind of gave me more confidence that I can try and do it. It's never too late to start again. And when I failed, but I don't think it's like a failure. When I didn't like how I did the beginning of the first version of this book cover, I didn't give up. I was like, okay, this is my learning point. I learned several things and I can add these things which I learned into creating second cover. It's sometimes hard to just go and experiment because we put a lot of pressure, but sometimes we just like have to accept it and just go for it. And if it doesn't turn out great, that's totally fine. Just keep on going. And one time you will feel super happy and grateful for everything you did previously because that helped you in this moment. I want to say thank you so much to my lovely Patreons for being there and supporting my work and helping me to work on this super long project. And yeah, I just really appreciate you all. And thank you everyone here who watches my videos. If you like them, please don't forget to leave a like and write in the comments down below birds in color, so I know you stayed till the very end. And I will see you super soon. Have a good day, evening, morning, wherever you are. Okay, bye everyone. Bye.